What up, world? It's Russell Morgan. Welcome to the first installment of Shop Talk. Here with my boy Brooks. We're just gonna talk a little bit about, what we do for a living. They don't know us, so we probably ought to tell them a little bit about ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've been working in mental health since 2006. Been in two different day programs. I've dealt with a lot of different individuals in this game, a lot of different backgrounds. We can go any way you want to go with it.
We're gonna go with it. I got you. So I've been around for feel like going on about 20 years. Day programs, group homes. Working in individual family homes, out in the community. One of the reasons that we wanted to do a series called Shop Talk was that I've been looking a lot online, and I see a lot of people talking about behavioral health services, direct support care and stuff. But I noticed two things.
What's that?
One, it ain't never folk that look like us, right?
Already.
And two, I forgot what the other thing was, but we can start with that, and I'll probably remember it. But I just been curious, has it been your experience in the places you work, you don't see many non-black people in those settings? Have you seen that?
I recognize that we take a lot of the actual grunt work in the game and the day-to-day of making people's lives better come from our population, and I feel like a lot of people we get overlooked for that. You know what I'm saying? Just like teachers, I feel like we're very important pieces of what society is, the day-to-day. You know what I mean? Behind the curtains, in the background, so to speak. I feel like we just kind of get overlooked for the day-to-day struggles that come with working with individuals with mental and physical disabilities.
You know what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to put an award show together, like the Grammys.
That would be dope.
Call it the somethings.
I don't know.
But seriously, you said a mouthful. You got cats like us that's really going into people's homes, with their children, their loved ones, their brothers, their daughters, and we figuring out, why is this so, every day a struggle, and it's like we the ones going in there figuring out how to make it not be that, and sort of bringing a family element back to it. I can sit here all day and tell stories about families that, people on anxiety medications, and if your kid was running around doing something these kids are doing, you would be too.
What's funny is that I think one of the reasons why we just kind of want to put it out there too is because I feel like these are the things that people should know is happening. You know what I'm saying? These are the real live day-to-day wins, people overcoming challenges and obstacles that other folks thought wasn't possible. We see that every day. You know what I mean? And it's like nobody ever talks about it because this is kind of work that you don't really brag or boasty about. You just kind of do. You know what I mean? I get to stand shoulder to shoulder with a lot of other folks that move and live and think just like I do. And that's what makes our program great. That's what makes our impact on our community so big, is because we're not looking for nothing other than being able to help the next person.
You ever get this? Oh, you work with people with special needs? God, man, that's right. You a special person. You get that?
Most definitely.
It's like I hear that, and that's cool, but it almost sometimes feels like a bit of a slight, because I know when I go in working with somebody or some group of cats, what they getting is a all-out professional problem solver. You know what I mean? I'm bringing a full set of knives to this party, and it's like, it ain't that I'm some special person. I'm a highly skilled person. So I feel like I should be looked at in the same vein as a professional football player or a lawyer or a professor, like somebody that has honed a craft.
Most definitely. Some days I wish that we could turn on the camera and really let folks see what's going on. I mean, watching some of these victories in these guys and these ladies' lives is just like it blows my mind. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like who would want to do anything other than what we do, you know?
I just thought of it. Number two was why I felt like we needed to do a series like this was because a lot of the people that are on the internet talking, they're academics or they're high-level clinicians, which is cool. Like that's cool. Not taking anything from that, but then there's another layer to that equation, and it's cats like us that are actually first person, involved with people. Not so much as subject matter to study, but like I'm actually here with you today. Like I'm in the bathroom with you. I'm out here in the street helping you not get hit by this car. I'm in here talking you through your first girlfriend situation.
I mean, and that's real because it's like we're not trying to take anything away from people that sit on the other side of things and but being on the ground though, you know what I'm saying? Being on the day-to-day, knowing more about people than their parents, knowing, just being in tune to what folks' lives are, what it looks like, and recognizing where you can fit in to help bridge those gaps. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's one of them things, man. I feel like I wish that we just could show the world. I feel like sometimes I want the people to just tell them. You know what I mean? That's the best part about what we do is we get judged daily. If I can show up and I'm off point, I'm dealing with somebody who's ready to tell me right there something off. And I feel like another big thing for me is it's crazy. I feel like I help them, but in the same breath, they help me just as much.
Stop right there. We're gonna be right back. All right, so we're back with Shop Talk. Left off on a real good point, bruh. Having the people that we work with every day be the litmus test for us to tell us whether we're doing a good job or not is really where it's at. You show up on some whack shit, you're gonna know it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like having your boss over your back all day long. You know what I mean? It's this.
But I think it's a lot to that. There's a lot that can be said, and we're gonna definitely get into this in the next episode about those real personal connections. You mentioned earlier, sometimes we know folks better than their own families do. That's imperative. You know what I mean? But there's some schools of thought that talk about, the therapeutic nature of these relationships and these lines. And we don't get into that though, because I know us enough to know there's some different thoughts that you can put into that. Like, you kind of got to go across that line sometimes to really get to who that person is.
I think that what's important is the backgrounds. We have so many different backgrounds in here in doing what we do that makes us effective in certain people's lives because we can understand where they come from as well as we recognize where they're trying to go. You know what I mean? And just being able to relate to them in that space, it puts us ahead of the game as well,
Puts them ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody give us some credit for it one day.
I know that's right.
Might be Jesus.
I know that's right.
But look, we're going to get out of here. We got a lot more to talk about. Yo, tune in. Shop Talk. It's your boy Russ. Man Brooks. We signing out. Peace.